So
you know, Ugandan politicians, they don't say they stole money. They say the funds were diverted.
yeah, an issue with Uganda.
So I just diverted the funds.
But you know why I'm asking that? Because you don't only stop at A level, you go on to do medicine.
I wanted to do clinical medicine.
Clinical medicine. Yeah. Why do you go to do clinical medicine and yet you already know what you want to do?
But from O level, I always wanted to do medicine. I found it as an interesting, profession. You know, medicine is beautiful. You ever gone to a doctor and you have and the brain, you have headache.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Let me check your legs." And now, for you as a patient, you're wondering, how is the leg related to the headache? Yeah. You see what I mean? So I found that beautiful, like how somebody can diagnose a disease that is affecting the body through just the color of the eyes.
Very true.
So I wanted to learn that. And also I figured, if you're going to use your parents' school fees, don't use it for like genuine like
stuff.
Knowledge, like acquire something that really.
So
has
are
value.
you saying that other people?
I have not. Those are your words. I did not say anything about SWASA.
I want to be sure social work
development. I did not say these things. You know,
people take offense out of minor things. But the exciting part is that you went on to finish your course first, right?
Yeah.
And then you went to comedy. So how was the reception like after, starting to do this professionally? How was the reception like in the early stages?
So I started professional. I started comedy in 2017. That's when I started going to comedy clubs and meeting stand-up comedians. The reception, of course, is tough because comedy is a cruel art form. Even if you're the best comedian, it's still cruel to you. Yeah. Even the best comedians still die on stage. They have a bad night.
I think it's about art in general.
Yeah, you can never you can never have hit songs only. You'll always have that one song that they'll say, "What happened to you?"
Yeah.
So, joining the industry wasn't hard.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Because I through social media, I inboxed a couple of people who are in the industry, and they said, "No, just come to at the time it was Laughters in Centenary Park.
Yeah.
Come to Laughters, meet so and so. They'll help you run through your content, and then they'll give you stage."
But they must have seen some potential in you.
Because when you go, they ask you for a video.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have a video at the time. I was still at campus. And so I had to go back to campus. We had an event coming up, like a cultural event.
Sure.
So I made sure I performed on that event and asked the videographer. There's a videographer. Yeah. So I gave the guy 5K. I told him to give me a clip. So he gave me a clip. That's why I went and shared with the other guy and said, "Oh, this is actually funny." And that's actually a nice joke. He said, "This is funny, but you need to go to." Then he sent me to a friend called Timothy, who does mentorship and stuff. So that's when he helps me make it better. Tells you, "Okay, now don't start like this. Why don't you start like this? Don't say this. Say this instead." Now you grow from there.
So let me get it straight.
Yeah,
there's mentorship in comedy.
Yeah. And that's why we started the comedy club, the Laughing Marble Store. We not only just do stand up, but also they have different facets. It's just the performance, but there's also mentorship. There's also the agency. So if you want to book comics, you can go through the club. Also, it's a platform for people who want to try out stand up. So even on our show, we always ask if there's anyone in the audience who wants to make us laugh, you can come on stage. I mean, you come and give us your 2 minutes. Whether we laugh or not, it doesn't affect your life.
You definitely have to laugh. But because I'm thinking now, you transition from your career path, which ideally would have been medicine.
Yeah.
How do your parents receive this?
Mixed. I would say mixed response. Because my parents knew for the longest time that I wanted to do stand up. Because as early as my senior 4 holidays.
So you go back home and you tell them.
Yeah. As early as my senior 4 holidays, I told them I want to join stand up comedy.
I want to meet your parents.
They're very happy. They're very happy people right now. Those days were not, but right now.
Yeah.
So as early as senior 4 holidays, they were like, "Nah, you first, like any other parent would. They would say, first focus on your books, finish school, and then you'll have leeway to do what you want to do." So I did that. I finished my O level, went to A level. After A level holidays, A level holidays are really long. Yeah, they're really long. So again, I told my parents, I was like, "In this holiday, why don't I go and perform with other people?"
So they let you come to Kampala?
No, I was within Kampala.
Okay.
But they couldn't allow me to do that as well. And one of their biggest fears, and this really cuts across to all parents, is you have a disciplined child, but then you're worried about the exposure that they get in the entertainment field. You know, there's a lot of smoking of weed, shisha, alcoholism, and all these things, drugs, whatever. So that's the thing at the forefront of entertainment. Every time you tell your parents, I want to be a rapper, they're like, hey, so now you want to start doing those things, you know. So it was something they were worried about. But I told them, for me, that's not something I'm interested in. I want to do this as an art and as a profession and make money out of it. So even that, they say must finish school. So for them, it means finish university. I said it's okay. So I went to campus. But now while at campus, you know, university gives you a lot of freedom.
True.
So I'd finish class around 5 or 6, and then go to the stationary park to do work.
Do you pass or
do I what? Pass what? Exams. Those are simple things. Those are simple things. I have my papers at home.
You see, people are very interesting.
Yeah.
You might be here telling us that you wanted to be a comedian, and yet it's a desperate move.
It was your only choice.
It was your desperate move.
It was your fallback.
Yeah. So you sit for exams and you pass.
Yeah.
And then transition into comedy.
So
what are the challenges for the start? In between there, when you're transitioning,
for the start, one, you don't have as much stage time, and comedy you only get better as a comedian the more you perform.
Yeah.
So most comedy shows that were happening, you could not get on them because you're not yet deemed as funny. You're not yet ready. You're not yet ready for stage.
Get deemed as funny.
Because you actually work on. You know, it's not just enough to be funny. You actually have to work on even how you stand, how you hold the mic. How there's a lot of facets to it. So stage time was a problem. The only show we could do at the time was in Aria.
Yeah.
It was a bar for Anne Concealment. So Anne, by the Anne, shout out, Anne has done a lot for young comedians. She used to have a bar. It was sort of like this size. In Aria, when you're heading to Quality. It was called Kobe's Bar and Restaurant.
Okay.
So we used to have an open mic every last Monday of the month. So imagine performing once a month. You know, and this is something you're really chasing as a career. And that show was not a paid show. It's an open mic. So you'd work on your jokes for the entire month just to perform for 5 minutes.
Just to perform for 5 minutes and go back home.
Hey.
Invested your transport.
That's your transport and time. So we did that. But then now we also had a few shows that were here and there, you know. Someone would put up a small show at certain when you go and perform. So the first challenge was stage time. The second challenge was the qualities of shows that you would do were very poor.
Yeah.
I remember there's a friend who did a show in that side of what's it called, Chitintari. And it was just some bar, but like a garden. And like people have come out. Have you ever done a show where you feel like you as the performer are a distraction to the audience? People came out to like maybe on a date with their girlfriends or whatever. Some people are cheating and they want to cheat in peace. You know, they are in some dark corner, and then now for you here making noise. Now when I was in the taxi, go home, leave us alone. So and there's no light. The guy just put a projector. So it is those shows, very bad shows. Finance as well. When you really don't have money, it becomes a challenge because appearance-wise, you don't look good.
But when you look at
transport is a problem.
When you look at most stories from creatives, people will tell you finance has been a problem from the start. And I don't think it gets easier because there are very many young people starting out. And you won't have the money.
You won't.
So
and what
the only thing to do is start.
What's even worse is you're the only one who believes in your dream. It's